Hello, and welcome to another episode of Life on Par, the podcast with the career and professional development advice from some interesting guests in unique career fields you may not have considered. I'm really excited today to learn about today's industry. As you can see, we have a few guests here today in the studio with us. They are from Johnson C. Smith University and HBCU here in Charlotte, North Carolina. We learned that Johnson C. Smith is the only HBCU with an Esports Gaming Trifecta program. That is curriculum, club, and lab. Our guests will provide you with the knowledge of e-gaming and the esports world. There are some really interesting developments in this area, and we're going to talk about them and how you can make a career of it. But now, we would like to reward those that listen carefully during our episodes with a couple of giveaways. You know that we like to give away prizes at Life on Par. So based on information shared from the show today, if you pay close attention, and you're the first person to correctly answer the trivia question about our guests, you will win a prize. Before we get started, this is the perfect time to remind you to like and follow us on our social media platforms, TikTok, LinkedIn, Instagram, and Facebook, which is also where you would answer the trivia questions. So let me get right into it and introduce our guests. To my far left over here, we have Mr. John Cash. John developed, launched, and teaches the first historically Black college and university esports gaming trifecta at Johnson C. Smith University in Charlotte, North Carolina. His corporate strategic partnerships with Riot Games, NBA, 2K, Epic, Activision Blizzard, Twitch, and Microsoft has led to internship opportunities for Johnson C. Smith students. In 2022 and 2023, he assisted in securing a 5-year, 6-figure Title III government allocation for the university and the Esports Gaming Trifecta. John also serves as Chief Development Officer for the Community Foundation, founded and led by HBCU graduates. This 501c3 organization launched the first and leading STEM esports gaming education pipeline program for marginalized K-12 and HBCU students. Community Media is a for-profit arm focusing on digital media. In the fall of 2020, the organization founded and manages the most successful HBCU esports league. To date, Community has helped secure and distribute over $2.5 million in scholarships, esports gaming lab funding and build-out, league play programming, and K-12 and HBCU program curriculum. In October 2022, under the leadership of Community, John achieved a bucket list goal of leaving a legacy at his beloved HBCU alma mater, Howard University. During the month, he managed and launched that university's eSport gaming program, which is sponsored by Verizon. His community service passions include supporting disabled veterans, youth education initiatives, and Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated fraternal programs. John is a native of Washington, D.C., and is married with one child, and he's a caregiver for his mother. He's very, very accomplished, but we're going to learn some more about John a little bit later on. Next, we have one of our students, Shaun Moore. He is a driven student currently studying at Johnson C. Smith University, where he is majoring in computer science with a major in esports and gaming management. Combining his passion for technology with his interest in gaming and esports, Shaun is committed to excelling in both academic and extracurricular pursuits. Shaun works as a community ambassador liaison for the Johnson C. Smith Esports Trifecta. In this role, he plays a part in recruiting prospective students, promoting the university's esport and gaming initiatives, facilitating communication between various stakeholders through conducting tours, presenting recruitment sessions, and representing the university at events. As he continues to pursue his education and gain hands-on experience, Shaun remains committed to success and eager to contribute to the ever-evolving fields of technology and gaming. Next, we have Justin. Justin English. He is from Ventnor, New Jersey. He is a sophomore at Johnson C. Smith, and he majors in business administration with a minor in esports and gaming. He is the esports gaming community ambassador and liaison. He aspires to have a career in sound design for an esports company. Last but not least, of course, we have Mr. Marquis Hampton. He is also a student at Johnson C. Smith, where he is pursuing a major in communication arts, along with a minor in esports and gaming management. He is actively involved in the university's vibrant gaming community. Marquis is a valued member of the esports team, where he hones his skills and fosters teamwork in competitive gaming environments. Beyond his prowess in gaming, Marquis serves as the club's photographer and graphic designer, seamlessly blending his creative talents with his passion for digital entertainment. In his role as secretary, he ensures the smooth coordination of club activities, leveraging his organizational skills to facilitate effective communication and collaboration among members. Beyond his academic and extracurricular engagements, Marquis is a dynamic force in the realms of digital media and design. Whether captivating pivotal moments behind the camera or crafting visually compelling graphics, he consistently demonstrates his ability to communicate narratives and evoke emotions through his artistry. With a commitment to excellence and a genuine enthusiasm for communication arts and esports management, Marquis is poised to leave a lasting impact on both his university community and the evolving landscape of the digital media entertainment. Wow. So let's get right on into it, shall we? Okay, so we will have a few pictures and some videos that you will see playing, and let's just talk about what we're seeing and what's going on.
Johnson C. Smith University not only offering an esports program, it also built a state-of-the-art facility. WCNC Charlotte's Tanya Mendes has more on the possibilities it's offering.
Sitting in front of screens, playing all day, it's more than fun and games. Esports and gaming are now multi-billion-dollar industries.
Esports gaming industry was one of the fastest growing industries.
The only sport with more viewers, the NFL.
We've seen stadiums full, arenas full.
JCSU students cashing in on the esports gaming craze.
Mr. Cash, we'll start with you. How about you tell us about your background, how you started this program at Johnson C. Smith, why Johnson C. Smith, and share with us a little bit more about yourself and the program.
Sure. First of all, I'd like to thank you, Karen, and your whole staff in regards to having us here. We're very thankful for this opportunity to continue to amplify the opportunity of esports and gaming, especially as it relates to marginalized individuals such as HBCU students. So I'll try to be succinct with this. I've been an adjunct professor for approximately 6 years at Johnson C. Smith. I relocated after living in Atlanta, Georgia for about 14 years on a corporate assignment with one of the big banks to Charlotte, which you know is a banking capital. Yes. But when I came here, I had fraternity brothers and other friends saying, yo, man, you need to take your skills and to help out with the local HBCUs. I'm HBCU for life. Proud Howard University graduate, you know. So it was kind of natural for me to try to give back, received my MBA, had conversations with Dr. Bernadette Lawson-Williams, who is the tip of the spear for us achieving our esports program, the first HBCU here at Johnson C. Smith. Doing some research, both actually Dr. Lawson-Williams and I were just doing some research and looking at trends and opportunities for the institution, because institutions, again, are always driven by our cherished students. Right. That's our assets. Absolutely. So it's about recruiting, retaining, and graduating these students in trends and opportunities and career fields that is going to be forward thinking. Long story short, did research in esports and gaming, found out that there were over 175 predominantly white institutions, or PWIs as they are referred to, just like HBCUs.
I went to one.
That had some type of esports or gaming initiative. Why is this important, Karen? The gaming industry is a $200 billion industry. Let's put a little bit of flavor behind that. Let's take Beyonce and Texas Hold'em, the music industry, and let's take Wakanda Forever, the film industry.
Okay.
Double that. Gaming is still larger than that.
Oh.
Now, esports just stands for electronic sports, and it's more competitive sports, and they can talk about a little bit more. That's approximately a $1.8 billion industry. So again, the research I was doing was probably summer 2019. I am thankful to Dr. Lawson Williams. I am thankful to our former president, Armbruster, for really having the drive to really let us move forward with this initiative. Being that Johnson C. Smith is a private HBCU means that we can move a little faster versus being a state institution, which has to basically, you have to work with the state government to get certain things approved. So in in 2020, we were able to launch the first HBCU esports gaming program. And as Dr. Lawson Williams came up with the name Trifecta. Trifecta means we have a curriculum. We actually have a minor in esports gaming. We have club teams. We have approximately 4 club teams. And we have a learning lab, or a lab, I should say. And the lab has monitors and game peripherals.
And all of this since 2020?
In 2020. And we basically bootstrapped it ourselves. Bootstrap meaning, yes, everybody loved the idea, really wasn't budgeted for.
Okay.
But we use creative means, relationships in the industry to help us outfit what we have. And then thankful to God, just last year I couldn't count to Title III. But Title III is a federal program actually founded during the Kennedy administration to support specific initiatives at universities.
Okay.
We were able, with the leadership of Dr. Bowles, who is the Title III administrator at Johnson C. Smith, to secure upper 6 figures for 5 years to help support the growth of our program.
That is wonderful. So did you even play video games as a kid? Did you come here with video games going on?
One thing about that is, yes, I was an old head NFL Madden player back in the day.
Okay.
But my passion has always been in sports entertainment, and now I call it esports gaming. There is a convergence of all three that are being developed right now.
Okay, gotcha. Well, thank you, Mr. Cash. That's impressive, and I'm so happy to hear that you were able to secure so many funds and get this program started at Johnson C. Smith. But let's turn our attention to these gentlemen here, the men of the hour, who are actually students at the university and part of the club. Why don't you each take a few minutes and introduce yourselves? And I understand there's like gaming names or something like of that nature. So go on and give us your tags and give us a few sentences each, and let's get into y'all.
I'll go first.
Okay.
My name is Shaun Moore. I'm from Gastonia, North Carolina. So it's about 30 minutes away from Johnson C. Smith.
Okay.
That's why I went. It's an HBCU. Real close to home. I could just go home on the weekends. My gamer tag is just my name. It's Shaun. I'm a sophomore. I've been in the program for about 2 years now and doing tournaments. Yeah. We just came from a tournament yesterday at A&T.
Okay.
I placed top 4 in the Tekken tournament.
Wonderful.
Yeah, the top prize was a fight stick. Unfortunately, I couldn't get that.
So what is a fight stick?
A fight stick is it's like
Assume I know nothing, because I don't.
Okay, yeah. A fight stick is like, it's like a little pad thing that has like about 10 to 16 buttons on it where you can like get better inputs for fighting games.
Okay.
The controllers that we played on were PS5 controllers. The D-pads aren't really that good on PS5 controllers for Tekken, so that's why I was trying my best to get fight stick in Tekken.
Okay, well you'll get it next time.
I definitely will.
You'll get it next time. Let's move on and meet the next gentleman.
My name is Justin English. I was born in Charlotte. Ended up moving to New Jersey around like the 6th grade.
Okay.
So I came back. I lived in Ventnor, New Jersey. Came back to Charlotte to go to school. Ended up going to Johnson C. Smith. They were offering me the most money, so that's where I went.
That helps. That helps.
Yeah, no, really does. I've been in the program for 2 years too. Started it my freshman year when I came on, and I've been there ever since. Really cool. I really enjoy the opportunity. Honestly, I'm an avid gamer myself. My gamer tag is Quap. Long story about how I got that name. There was a game that was on the computer like really long time ago, and the objective of the game was to try to run on the track and get like a good time. and you had to control each individual part of the leg with QWOP. And I guess that was kind of the game that like started me into actually being serious about playing video games and stuff like that, or just finding it as a hobby.
Gotcha.
So, that's kind of like, I guess, pay homage to that.
Okay, so QWOP, is that jump, run, move, stop, move left to right?
Yeah, like it was like you would use your calf with Q, your thigh with W, and then on the opposite leg it would be alternates, and then O was the top thigh, and then P was the calf, and it was really hard. Like that game was
That game. I don't got it. Okay.
That game was really hard.
Okay. All right. And so Marquis, let us hear a few words about you.
Well, I've also been in the program since they all started. We all started at the same time.
Okay.
But I was originally born in Columbus, Ohio, and I moved here to Charlotte with my parents and my brothers. Then we moved to Mount Holly, which is also just 30 minutes away from our school. I am. Oh, update. I am actually the current vice president of the club, not the secretary.
Well, congratulations.
We just had our re-election a couple days ago.
Okay, congratulations. So in that capacity, what do you do differently? What does the vice president do for the club?
Well, I'm new to this whole vice president thing. No, it's a lot more responsibility. I have to really step up to the challenge.
Okay.
But I'm gonna learn all this as I get back.
And still excel in the gaming piece.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, congratulations and good luck.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
I'm also the photographer for the club, also the graphic designer for the club. And my gamer tag, which is ArkKeys90, spelled ARKKEYS 90.
Okay.
It's really it just sounds similar to my name. That's why I chose it. And 90 was like my number in high school for football all throughout those years, so I just stuck with that.
Okay, so you gave up the gridiron for a gaming controller.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So did you all go to Johnson C. Smith because of this program, or did you go there and then find the program?
Go there and find it.
I just went there and found the program.
We all came from the same summer program. It was the Becoming Kings program, founded by Dr. Rhonda Moses. And as we were taking tours, we went to New Science, and they gave us a tour of the esports lab, and we were like, this is pretty cool. And we all just like stuck with it throughout our whole freshman and sophomore year. So.
And because during the summer we would all play, during the summer we would all game and stuff during the cohort. So it was really cool. And there was this one specific game called Multiverses that kind of took everybody by storm. And a couple of us ended up getting like really good at the game. Two of our friends that are actually in the club, they're not here right now, Reggie and Savario, they were consistent like top 1,000 players with multiple characters across the board. Out of a game that had like, I want to say 100 million players. So Eastern Seaboard, they were top 1,000.
Wow.
And so me and Shaun, we started playing the game really heavy. We got, I think he was top like 1,000 with his character Iron Giant. And then I was top 5K Finn. So we, realizing that like, we're actually really nasty at this game. Like we have to do something with this, you know what I'm saying? And then found out about the program, and it's been that ever since.
Cool. You played a tournament in Multiverses.
Yeah, I did. I played a tournament in Multiverses last year. I got second place, whooping them boys from Bowie State out there in Maryland and Hampton and all that. Yeah, they couldn't handle me.
Okay.
But it was good.
Okay.
But it was fun. Ended up winning I think it was a prize pool like $120. So I got that. That was really cool.
Well, congratulations. So Multiverse, let me challenge myself here. Was that part of one of those Spider-Man movies? I remember something multiverse in there.
So that's, honestly, if I never heard about the game, that's probably the first thing that would come to my mind.
Okay.
Because it was
like me.
It's a fighting game. It's a platform fighter. So if you're familiar with like Smash Bros. Or I guess that's really the more popular one. Yeah, Brawlhalla, Smash Bros. Brawlhalla, also good game at that too. But Multiverses was basically a game where it had a bunch of characters from Warner Brothers Studios. So anything that was owned by Warner Brothers. So you had like characters from like DC, Scooby-Doo and the gang. You had TV show characters, Cartoon Network characters, all that stuff. So it was really cool. Platform fighter game. You could just beat up people, I guess.
Okay. So do I get like a half a point for knowing that and making a little connection?
Absolutely.
Thank you. Absolutely. I got the thumbs up from Mr. Cash. Okay. So I have a good question, I think, because I have a nephew and he loves to game. And I have a feeling that when he watches this, that might pop up into his head. How did you get your parents to sign on to paying for a degree for gaming? Because he's going to need to do that on my brother.
Well, for my mom and dad, I guess because I always played the game already at school, right? Or I played it at home all the time anyway. And like I used to be on the game a lot more than I am now, funny enough. So I, doing these like on the weekend, 16, 18, 20-hour benders straight playing the game. You kind of, you go to school and, your parents hear a reason for you to actually be doing that. And they're like, oh, okay, yeah, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So it's kind of like, and
so
then
you were already doing it.
Yeah, exactly. I was already no life in the game anyway. So
okay, so like Shaun and Marquis.
That's kind of the same thing.
Same
like
thing.
I used to play I was a multi-sport athlete: soccer, football, basketball, football. My dad was very adamant about keeping us in sports, and we all grew up sports games, playing Madden, 2K, and stuff like that. And when my parents see me going to college, participating in esports and stuff like that, they were like, maybe this isn't as bad as it looks. Me playing the game
So it counts.
for
It counts as sports.
yeah, me playing the game for hours a day instead of going outside and practicing or something.
Okay. And Marquis, what about your parents?
I actually didn't play a lot of video games before coming to this program. I played a couple. Like my dad, he's a pretty big gamer. He introduced me into the video game world. I used to play this one game with him, World of Warcraft, aka WoW. It's like a MMORPG where you like create a character, then go on quests and like kill monsters, stuff like that.
Okay. So it seems like John Cash's, Mr. Cash, your influence in creating this program was a gateway to Marquis coming in, because he did not sit at home doing benders. Was the term you used? Doing benders on gaming. So something that you've done or you've created at this school with this program enticed Marquis to jump in there.
And I think it's natural for them because of their age, older millennials, Gen Z, Gen A. So just like the cell phone is an appendage for them, esports and gaming is a natural segue for them because it's already integrated in their lifestyle. It's just about at what level they want to take it.
Gotcha. So we learned a little bit here about gaming and esports. Let's try to wrap it up really quickly. Give me 2 words. I'm going to each one of you 2 words that should be memorable, that somebody should remember, that's going to really bring this program and what you do home. And we're going to do it in rapid fire. And go.
Very exciting.
Okay.
Practice rage.
Okay. We'll come back to you.
Yeah.
Ms. Cash?
Opportunity and passion.
Okay. Marquis?
I like that.
It's okay. I surprised you with that one.
Yes.
I surprised you with that one. But suffice it to say that there are many, many fields and careers that are connected to this field. You may not have thought about it, but hopefully you heard something here today that will inspire you, even some ideas to convince your parents to pay for a degree in this field. John Cash mentioned to us that there's more money in this field than entertainment and...
Again, the gaming industry is approximately a $200 billion industry. To give that light, it is larger than the music and the movie industries combined and double. It exceeds that. That is the scale that it's on.
So that gives us a lot to work with. You got a wow. You got your words?
I got my words.
Let's go.
Drive and fortitude.
All right. I like it. I love it. I love it. So this is this Life on Par was founded under a golf umbrella. The name of the organization is the RLE Go Fore It Foundation. And we do golf here. Any golfers?
I used to dabble.
Okay, we got 2 golfers. Will you guys humor us and go outside on the green and practice and take part in some golfing?
Oh, yeah.
I'll definitely be humoring you playing golf.
Okay, so I got 2 things here. I want to hear about the competition that you guys just went to, how well you did and what happens at the competition. But I'm looking at the stage here, and I am one female sitting here with 4 men. What is the percentage of females in this field? Because I'm feeling lonely.
Guys, you should know this
I was about to say,
too.
who wants to take
45% of women are
I knew
gamers.
the answer. I knew
So,
the answer.
and our outgoing president was female
Okay.
for the Johnson C. Smith Esports Gaming team.
Okay.
So again, women are definitely well represented, if not on this panel, but yes, they are.
And in your club too, what's the
And-
percentage of women in your club at Johnson C. Smith?
That's a little different. I would have to say the percentage in our club is probably 10-15%.
Okay, we
As
might
of
have to
right
up
now,
those
but we're
numbers.
working on that.
Okay, good. Because March was just Women's History Month. I'm saying we need to get the women represented
Well, let
in
me
there.
just share this really quick tidbit
Okay.
really quick. Johanna Ferris, who is now president of Blizzard Entertainment, it was previously Activision Blizzard. Blizzard Entertainment is arguably the #1 gaming company in the world.
Okay.
We actually had the opportunity she graced our presence last year at Black History Month, on the last day of Black History Month and the first day of Women's History Month.
Wonderful.
We had her and her team featured at Johnson C. Smith University,
Wonderful.
which is
Okay.
a big coup for us.
Wonderful.
A woman of color in a leadership position with one of the most prominent esports gaming organizations in the world.
I love it. I love it. And your president is female at this point in time.
Yes, Johnson C. Smith just inaugurated our esteemed 15th president,
Mm-hmm.
Dr. Valerie Kinlock. And during her inauguration speech, she mentioned esports and gaming during her
Okay.
address.
So esports and gaming is definitely out there on the come up. It's big. I think it's bigger than anyone that's not in the industry realizes. So I love it. Okay, guys, I understand that you just attended a tournament. Tell me about a tournament. What does it look like? If I were going there, what would I see? What would I expect to see? How did you do? Throw it all at me. Let's hear it.
So one thing that I think is important is that there are two types of tournaments, right? So you have
Okay.
online events, and then you have LAN, which is local area network. So the LAN events are in person. You go to a physical building and you sit down, and there's setups there. There's like whatever game you're playing. So if it's like Switch-based games like Smash Bros. And stuff, there will be switches set up all over the place with TVs and chairs and whatnot. And then if it is like a Tekken-based, like Tekken is a console game or a PC game, so they would have consoles and PCs there for everybody to use. And then an online tournament is you just get to play from the comfort of your home, but then it's how fast your connection is and all that stuff is kind of come into play. So those are a little bit more tricky and a little less enjoyable sometimes, honestly.
Okay, so the tournament that you just did, I understand it was it yesterday?
Yes.
So tell me about that.
That tournament was a LAN tournament, as Justin said. It was in person at NCAT. And I participated personally in 2K and Tekken. I got top 4 in Tekken.
Okay.
And during the 2K tournament, we unfortunately lost that game, but I had to run mid-tournament from my Tekken tournament because I was still in the tournament to the 2K event. And when I finished the 2K event, I had to go back into the
So
Tekken
you were in
tournament.
two events
at the same time. So it was kind of difficult trying to juggle both of those. So
Okay.
yeah, that's how my tournament went.
Okay, and Marquis, what was your experience at the tournament?
My experience was great. It was actually my second LAN event, second LAN tournament.
Okay.
Because the first one was in Raleigh. We played Tekken there too, and then we went to NCAT. So they had like a multiple different types of games. There's like Mario Kart, Smash, 2K, Madden, and then also Tekken. But I got top 8. Unfortunately, after he got done with his 2K, he felt the rage, the angst, and he had to whoop me for some reason. He was
So
tryharding.
you beat your own team.
I
Okay.
had to eliminate Keys, my fault.
Okay.
A
All
couple
right.
of us, a couple of us ran into each other in bracket, which is like basically how they organize who goes up against who.
Gotcha.
And because because Tekken's not like a team game, it's 1v1, so you gotta just have to hope that you don't go up against your teammates. But when we do play each other, it's always fun. I almost like those fights better because then it's like bragging rights when we go back to campus. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, didn't you just just whoop you in the turn? But it is what it is.
But you got to show some respect because he's the brand new vice
That's what I'm saying.
president, right?
I'm
So
saying.
you can't really, right? Okay. So how many people attended this tournament? How many different schools? How does that work?
So for the North Carolina A&T tournament, I want to say for the Tekken one, it was like 30 or so individuals that joined the tournament. And as far as we know, according to the bracket, the only people that were officiated like officially with their teams were us and like 3 other people. that were playing for North Carolina A&T. Everybody else were kind of just people that came in or had an interest in playing the video game, and that's really how most LAN events go. Unless it's a team-based game, it's really rare that you see a lot of people playing on this, like from the same organization, playing from the same school, unless they all just so happen to play the game.
Okay, so I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I think that was kind of like an X factor for me too. That kind of got me up to the fourth place. When I was playing on the big screen, I had all my teammates behind me cheering for me.
Yeah.
So that kind of gave me a little boost, a little bit. That was
Cool.
pretty fun.
Well, it does sound exciting. I'm still trying to understand, and maybe it's just me, maybe everybody else gets it. Is there a club? Like, how do you find out about these events and end up going to the events and play? Do you register? Like, how is it out there?
So for the club, as a community ambassador and liaison, I'm kind of one of the people that has to help organize events and stuff like that. Like when we do find tournaments and stuff like that, that's kind of my job. Dr. Lawson gave me that privilege.
Okay.
So one thing that I've learned doing that is because I didn't really know how it worked either. So one thing that I've learned is that Discord is your best friend when it comes to tournaments and stuff like that. And like word of mouth is really big. When you go to tournaments and stuff like that, other people seem to act surprised that you don't already know about all the other events that are going on in the area.
Wow.
So you kind of have to put yourself out there in order to get, like, no one's gonna, like, we're lucky because we are a school, because we are an official team. People do send us offers to go to tournaments and stuff like that. They do send us events to go to. But if you're doing it one-on-one or by yourself, like, you really just have to Google it. You have to go look them up. Discord, like I said, is your best friend. I'm in a couple of group chats with like hundreds of members for fighting games specifically, and they're always spread out. It's never like it's rare that you'll find events that are happening in the same place at the same time.
Gotcha.
But there is always more than one event going on the same day, so it's always really hard to kind of pick which ones you actually want to go to, which actually have the games and stuff that you actually want to participate in.
Gotcha. So, Mr. Cash, as the teacher of this club, of this program, how is it that you're teaching them? Like, what is your role? Do you actually play and teach them how to play? Are they teaching you how to play? Walk me through a week in class with you. How does it work?
Sure. Let me manage expectations. Again, as a professor, I have my own organization and business, and I also am a strategic partner with a organization called Gaming Community Foundation out of Atlanta, Georgia. But again, my passion is really exposing them to career opportunities.
Okay.
So I help with the curriculum development and courses, and also help recruit a couple other professors. Real quick, I'd like to share, one of those professors is Dwayne Meakin. He's actually from Charlotte. He's a North Carolina A&T graduate. You may have heard them using the nomenclature NCAT. That stands for North Carolina A&T. For
Okay.
those who might have known,
I have
which
heard
again
that.
is an HBCU in Greensboro, and actually is the school where Dwayne Meekins graduated from, and he is now the esports advisor at North Carolina A&T. So he launched that program and growing it. So I'm always HBCU for life. Wanted to just share that a little bit. But in regards to the construct of our program, we have a curriculum. So working with Dr. Lawson Williams, we presented that curriculum to the powers that be at Johnson C. Smith, who make those decisions on approving them. And so we got that approved, and now we're moving forward. Presently, we have about 4 classes, and we also have interdisciplinary studies across other programs such as engineering, communications, and business.
Okay. So you have a big tournament coming up. You registered. You're going to go play. How do you get yourself prepared?
The main thing that really comes into preparation is mindset. Practice gets you so far, but it's definitely about the mindset that you have when going to a tournament. Because I noticed that when we went to the North Carolina A&T, there were a lot of good players that just got stuck in their heads.
Okay.
And when you get stuck in your mind, you really just can't even do what you practiced anyway. So mindset is huge. Definitely just hyping yourself up, making sure that you are just present in the moment. And, really just sticking to bread and butter. Like, don't try to do all the extra. Don't try to be too much. If you don't think you can do something consistently, it's probably not the best to go for in a competitive scene.
Okay. And what about you? How do you prepare?
One thing I try to do when I go to LAN tournaments, I find competitors that are also in the same tournament, and I'll try to spar with them. Sparring means you just fight on the game that you're competing in. So I try to practice and see what they could potentially do just in case I run into them during the tournament. That's how I practice.
Okay. And Marquis, what about you?
Well, I think it's best to keep in mind that tournaments it's not too serious. It's just, it's all for fun. You know, just go out, have fun, and if there's a prize, just go out and do your best. That's all you can really do.
Okay. I like that. All right. Well, guys, it has been an absolute pleasure talking to you. We're going to have to try and do another session and bring y'all back, because I feel like there's so much more in this field that we have not really dug into. I think that we're scratching the surface. And for this to be such a huge industry with so many jobs connected to it and so much money to be made, that we really need to give it some more time and give it some more energy so that we can educate everyone else about it. So, Mr. Cash, we thank you so much for bringing your students out here to talk to us, and we are very excited that our community of young people will get to hear about it, and they get to see people that look like them that actually participate in this endeavor. We thank you very much.
We're thankful on behalf of Johnson C. Smith University and the esteemed Valerie, President Kenlock and Dr. Lawson Williams, Golden Bulls, JCSU.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right, Marquise. What was it? You're Quap.
Yeah.
And you are something Keys 90.
Something like that.
What was it? Arkeys. Okay. And you're just Shaun. Yep. I'm gonna look for y'all because I'm gonna get out there and get me a. What would my name be? Give me a name real quick as we go out. What would my gaming name be?
Oh man, that's hard.
That's hard.
That's hard. Oh,
okay. I don't know if that means I shouldn't be gaming or what, but I'm gonna come up with a game. Yeah. I'm gonna meet y'all at a tournament one day.
That's the goal.
Thank you so much. This session of Life on Par will wrap up, and we're gonna meet outside. Hello there, it's us again. We are outside on, we're gonna call this our green area. We've brought in our golf pro, Miss Raina Pozo, and we're gonna see what these guys can do with a golf club. We know that they're good behind the controllers, but we're gonna see what they can do with a golf club. I'm gonna step one out and turn the show over to Raina. And first up, we have Justin.
Thank you, Karen. Welcome back, LOP family. My name is Raina Pozo, for those of you who are new, and I am your golf pro for today. What we're going to be going over is C posture, S posture, and making sure we're finishing getting our hands through the swing. I'm going to have Justin here go ahead and get set up for us, and we're going to first start at looking at C posture and what that looks like. So, C posture is easy to identify because we see that curve in his spine. So we see that his spine is angled down, his chin is down, and his hands are into the body. So the best way to correct C posture is to straighten that spine by bringing the hands up on the shaft. We're going to extend the arms away from the body, and we're going to teach him to bend from the waist and not from his spine. Immediately, we see a change in his posture, and his posture is a little bit more aligned, okay? So when we make that swing, we're going to make sure the hands are away from the body and at least a hand length away from the body, so that way we can get rid of that C posture. One more time. C posture is when hands are low, spine is curved, no longer at that nice angle that we like. Hands back up, arms extended away from the body. We teach him to bend from the waist, not from his spine, from that top shoulder, and his spine is a lot more aligned. That is how we correct C posture. All right, we're gonna go ahead and take a swing. Maybe, yeah.
Like that? You want me all the way? Oh.
Good rotation.
Yeah, it's like there's a golf PGA game I should be practicing instead of this. I can't do it.
Try to make sure you don't make that C posture. Bend from your waist. Very good. Good correction. Nice. Great swing.
Oh, yeah. Tiger Woods.
Tiger Woods. Yes, in the making.
That's what I'm saying.
Awesome. That's how we correct and notice C posture. We're now going to move over to S posture. Mm-hmm. Hi, everyone. We're back now with Shaun. Now we're going to look at S posture and the difference that it is from C posture. So I'm going to have Shaun go ahead and get into his setup. The first way that we identify S posture, as you can see, the tailbone is sticking out and the hands are super far away from the body. If we line up his spine, we're going to notice that dip right here in the base of the spine. Good way to correct S posture is to bring the hands in a little bit more. And again, teaching the player to bend from their waist and not so much from their spine angle, front angle. So that spine straightens up nicely. One more time, identifying S posture, hands are very far away from the body, butt is sticked out a lot, and we've got an arch in the spine. We correct by bringing the hands a little bit more into the body, teaching the player not to bend from the chest, straighten up a little bit. There we go. And we're giving him that nice, even posture. When he takes that swing and draws that club back, he's gonna keep that same spine angle. We're gonna keep that arm nice and straight across the body. Straighten that elbow, sir.
Like
No,
this?
that's the opposite. There we
like
go.
This? Oh,
Yes.
okay. Yeah. My fault.
Good. Okay. Not like a baseball bat. All right.
my fault.
And we're going to work on coming back down and keeping that same nice, even posture through the swing. One more time to the top of the swing and keeping that posture nice and even. Go ahead and reset for me. Good. One more time to identify S posture. Hands are very far away from the body. Butt is sticking out too much, and we have that dip in the lower back. Best way to create S posture, bring the hands a little bit more in. Teach the player not to bend from the chest. Bend from the waist. Okay. And we're going to be right here. Nice. Go ahead and take a swing.
I don't want to. Yeah, that was kind of.
Better.
I'm trying to keep the left arm straight.
Rotate. Finish. Get some hits in there. Almost. For the crack.
I don't really. There we go. Okay. One more.
Nice. Go ahead and reset. So one more time, LOP family, when we're identifying S posture, one more time. When the hands are too far away from the body, butt is sticking out too much, we change the area of the spine and we're putting that S in our spine. Best way to correct, hands are going to be a little bit more into the body. Teach the player once again not to dip down from the chest and to bend from their waist. Very good. When they draw that club back, that spine angle will stay right there the entire time. All right, Shaun, thank you for your time.
Yep. Thank you.
All right, guys, we got our last one here. This is Marquis. So we're gonna just go ahead and touch on proper posture, and then we're gonna review with C and S posture with Marquis here. All right, so let's think about what proper posture looks like in the golf swing. Proper posture is when I set that club to my spine angle is gonna stay at that nice 90-degree angle the entire time. We see that stick is not falling off my back, and I'm staying with it the entire way through my swing. I'm gonna have you go ahead and get set up for me, Marquis.
Okay.
Good? Yep, so hands away from the body. Go ahead and grip. Down. Good. Relax. Good. So right now we're seeing more of a C posture. Means that his chin is leaning down and he's dipping into the swing. So we're gonna make sure that he's gonna bend more or less from the chest and more from the waist. So stick the butt out a little bit more, push the hips back.
Yep.
Hips back a little bit more. There we go. Nice, even 90-degree posture. So when you take your club back and we're starting to make that back swing, that posture is going to stay the same all the way through the swing. We're going to follow through and keep that same posture along with the spine. Now, if we review C and S posture, the first thing that we're going to identify is where his hands and where his spine is. So for C posture, if his hands were here, we immediately see how he bunches up in his spine and we get more of that C posture. If he was to extend his hands too far out, okay, sticking the butt out too much, we're now going into that S posture and we're losing that spine angle. So proper posture every single time, making sure the hands are at least a hand away from the body. Spine angle nice and tall, keeping that nice 90-degree posture. We're not going to bend from our shoulders and lead with our chin. We're also going to make sure that we're bending from our waist and keeping our hips back in our swing when we make that nice big swing. So I'm going to have you draw that club back and then follow through.
Just like.
Yes. Nice.
Yes.
All right, LOP family, thank you guys for your time today. These are your tips, tricks, and drills for the day. See you next time.